I wanted to look at Newstand. I don't have any magazines, but the idea of Newstand is that you can buy a subscription to a magazine or a newspaper and have it here on your iPad. It also synchronizes to your iPhone as well. Now I don't have any stored here, so I'm going to go and buy one. Tap the store button and we can see it opens up your App Store and it focuses just on the Newstand stuff. So we've got here the really popular things. These are the new, very important ones. New York Times, that kind of thing. We've got new and noteworthy. So these are new magazines through here. For example, if you like reading the Telegraph, you can tap that Telegraph. Now it says that it's free, but what you'll find is that you have to buy something called an in-app purchase. Now what that means is that you're going to have to pay a small amount for either each newspaper you read, or you're going to have to buy a subscription for a month or a year. Now quite often this information is listed here. So if you tap more information, it'll tell you about this particular newspaper. This is the Telegraph. You can try a single edition for 69p. You can buy monthly subscriptions, so you get a newspaper every day. So let's see how that works. Let's just buy one newspaper. So first of all, we'll tap the free button. I'm going to tap the install app button. It will bring up a dialog box. You'll have to make sure it's got your correct Apple ID and you'll have to put in your password. When you tap OK, it'll start downloading that application for you. You'll see a progress bar at the top left hand corner. And there it goes. When it's finished installing, I'll be able to open that application and see what newspapers I want to purchase. Tap the open button, and here we are, we're in the Telegraph. So now it's got instructions on how to use the Telegraph. Really useful. So if you follow these instructions, you should find it a lot easier to navigate around the Telegraph. When you've read all those notes and you're happy about it, you can tap the X and it will close. I can choose to subscribe, so it needs to validate my subscription. I can print my information. I'm going to try no thanks at the moment. And you can see there's an edition. We can look at Thursday's edition and so on. So let's buy that edition so that we can have a look through it. So, do I really want to buy this? It will be charged against my credit card in the iTunes store. So, Telegraph would like to send you new issues and push notifications. If you say OK, it will then try to send you every newspaper every day. So you can either allow that or not allow it. Now the push notifications, I actually don't know what they are because I've never tried this application before, but my guess is that they'll want to send you a reminder every day when their newspaper's published. So I'm not going to allow that just at the moment. And here we are, I've tapped on that newspaper and now it is. And so here it is, I've tapped on my newspaper and here it is, it's downloading. It's done 8% so far. There's a little animated arrow pushing it down. I can turn my iPad the other way, see it the other way. I can scroll up and down, I think, left and right. So I can scroll up if I want to read more, scroll to the next one, and so on. So we can see quite a lot of this newspaper already. I can tap that to scroll to the next page. Looks like we've got adverts. We can read articles. Tap that icon to look at the picture, more information about the pictures, and so on. Now I've got here a quick access to things like world news. So I can scroll through here, find the world news. There's the United States, Europe, Australasia, Asia, and so on. Scroll up and down, tap something, it then opens up that page. We can read that page. I should be able to select copies of that and then send that to something like my Dropbox. So if I've copied it, I should be able to copy that, go to my Evernote, paste that in. There's my Evernote down there. We'll open up Evernote. We'll create a new note. So tap to edit the body. I'm going to double tap and paste. So I've copied it from my newspaper, pasted it into my Evernote database. Next time I do a Google search, it'll actually find that note that I've copied. Double tap the home button. Let's go back to my Telegraph, and we can read this. I think this is about America, and this is about Mitt Romney and his running for the White House. Tap that, and I can go back and I can get the latest editions, or I can go back to archived editions. So from here I can just tap that. If you notice this page here, it says do you want to buy the edition. This application knows which editions I've purchased, so I just have to tap on it and it will open that edition for me. This is the front page, comics, people's articles, and so on. Tap one, takes you to the full article. So tap the letter T to get back, and we're back at the front page again. Let's go back to our home page. And there's my Telegraph in my Newsstand. Now I can still buy more, so I can still go to the store and I can purchase other ones. There are some great magazines available, things like The Fast Company, Guitar Hero, Triathlon. I mean, there are just so many, and if you look at all of them, you'll find there are a lot for you to choose from. So just choose one you want. Choose whether you want to buy one or several magazines, or a subscription for example, and then start to enjoy them. Here's another great magazine I like to read, which is all about PCs and computers. So if I view it, there's my magazine. Obviously it likes to be read in portrait, not landscape mode. So there we are. Let's have a look. I'm just going to flick through it. Tells you how to turn pages, tells you how to scroll through the text, how to read an article, and how to deal with interactive content by just tapping on it. So let's have a look. We've got Tech Notes at the top, we've got Labs Roundup. Let's look at the cover, which is all about SSDs, which are flash drives for your computer. Apparently they make your computer much, much faster. I'd like to know more about them, so that's what I'd like to read. Let's just have a look. We've got a list of topics here. So these are things that we can read about: news, gadgets, information, and here it is here, the complete SSD upgrade. So let's have a look at that. Now I can read through that. Tap on this button, brings up the little slider so I can actually flick through, and I can read about those. Read about installing an SSD, how to install it in a laptop, how to install yours, and so on. If I click on the cover, I go back to the cover sheet, tap the cover, and I can choose any of the topics that are in there. the Microsoft Wedge mouse apparently. Tap on that for the Samsung speaker, and just have a look at the different things that are there. I can go to the labs, reviews, features, and so on. Most magazines have got a very simple way of dealing with them. Sliding your finger across, moving up, sliding across, so you can figure your way through these articles usually fairly easily. So let's just go back. So click the home button once. You can now see I've got my... As I get more magazines and newspapers, they will all appear here on my newsstand. Now there's only a couple here, but if I had a whole lot, I'd be able to slide my finger up and down and scroll through my magazines and my newspapers.